I'd like to call to order the January 12, 2017 Springfield Township Board of Trustees regular meeting. Mr. Burning, may we please have a roll call?
Yes. Ms. McFarland?
Present.
Mr. Honolo?
Present.
Mr. Burning?
Present.
All the trustees are present.
And now I'd like to have Eric Trinan lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Boy Scout. Thank you. Tonight, we have a special recognition of service for the retired Springfield Township Lieutenant and Dart Commander Dave Schaefer. Mike, I'll turn things over to you to provide some background.
All right, thank you. You guys want to head on down? Get out of your way. Mr. Burning, as you mentioned, we are happy to have new police chief, Dave Schaefer, with us this evening. And Dave is with us this evening. He spent 24 years in various capacities with Springfield Township, eventually rising to the rank of lieutenant with Springfield Township. Dave did retire with Springfield Township in 2014 and became our commander for our DART post, of which the township is a member with how many different, 15, 16, 19, up to 19 different jurisdictions. Dave did a fantastic job with DART and continuing to have that task force continue to grow, and then had an opportunity to move forward with the city of Madera. So we're thrilled for Dave and his ascension to chief, but also wanted to recognize him officially for his accomplishments with Springfield Township over those 24 years. I'm going to turn things over to Chief, but I would also mention that Dave becomes, in addition to Chief Browder, who obviously ascended from the ranks in Springfield Township to become the chief here in Springfield Township, but Dave becomes our second employee that was at one time a Springfield Township police officer who is now a chief of police, joining Scott Hughes, who is with Hamilton Township. So we're becoming a little bit of the cradle of police chiefs here in Springfield Township. But Chief, I'll turn things over to you to get a little more detail.
Thank you, Mr. Hennekamp. As Mr. Hennekamp said, Dave began his career here in 1990. He was 7 when he started. I know this because I was 6. Dave worked his way up through the ranks, all the way up to lieutenant. He actually retired from us in 2014. We had an opening for the task force commander for Drug Abuse Reduction Task Force, which we are the administrating agency. That was just a no-brainer. Dave's qualities, his leadership, and his experience in this line of work was absolutely great. Dave has done so many things with our police department over the years. He was an undercover narcotics officer. He was the original accreditation manager when we originally took on accreditation. He was an original member and founder of the Springfield Township Arrest and Response Team. He served many years as our uniform road commander, which we all know is our largest unit of the police department. He has also been since 1999 with the Hamilton County Police Association SWAT team, where he began just very similar to his career here at the very entry level, to where he has been the commander of the SWAT team for several years now and continues to do so. So again, it's another example where Dave just took something on and he just progressively stepped up and was very successful. Again, Dave's done so many things here that we could go on and on, but he's been instrumental over the years in the success and the progression of our organization. There's absolutely no question about that. We're not just losing a great employee, but a great person as well. So, David, I congratulate you.
Certificate of appreciation.
So I appreciate the time that you've given me to spend with you. I appreciate the police department and the administration allowing me to do basically everything I wanted to do. There's not a lot of police officers that get the chance to be on the spot, run investigations, be road patrol, get into the drug task force. It just, the flexibility you've given me has allowed me to go forward in my career and prosper and have a chance to put fingerprints on an agency that will probably look a lot similar to what Springfield Township looks like. Because it's a blueprint for how to have a really successful organization. So I commend the chief, your staff, and everyone else involved in the management of that. So I truly appreciate your time here. Thank you.
Pictures now. Just mention that Dave would be remiss in not recognizing Dave was here with his wife Trish and his mother-in-law as well. So thanks for being with us. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. We have meeting minutes from May 10th, a regular board meeting, the 13th, our work session meeting, December 13th, our regular board meeting, and the December 27th work session and organizational board meeting. If there are no corrections or revisions to the minutes, I'll entertain a motion for approval as written.
So moved.
Is that a typo on the May 10th?
It should be.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
What did you say? Oh,
But I'll second that motion on the other three in December, yeah.
okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Burning, may we please have the financial report?
Yes, sir. Because the financial departments, we're still working on the closing, not only of the month of December, but all of 2016. Unfortunately, the exact figures for the month of December are not yet available. As soon as we finish the month and the year, we'll be able to report those hopefully next month. They will be posted on the Township website as soon as they're available. And I request a motion to approve receipts, warrants, and payroll expenditures for the period ending December 31st, 2016. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second it?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And just so everyone knows, not only the end of the month for December, but all our financial reports are available for viewing at the administrative offices during regular business hours and also on our website. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Burning. Mr. Hennenkamp, would you please give us your report on departmental action and discussion items?
Be happy to, Mr. Burning. Two action items. First one is to seek the board's authorization to enter into two canine agreements. These are agreements that are identical to what we have had for many, many years with our two canine officers, Officer Sheeler and Carter. So really no change from the agreements as they've existed since last year, so just need authorization from the board to enter into those two agreements.
So moved.
Second it?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Also seek the board's authorization to enter into an agreement with Cincinnati Bell. This is something that we just recently received. This has to do with, as we've talked for many, many months about the installation of the new phone system Parallel Technologies, which is the company that's doing that work for us, also works to renegotiate sort of the agreement that we have with Bell. They have done that for us. This involves the installation of some new equipment that'll take place up in the police department, essentially making our system redundant. So if for instance, the main trunking lines that come in here were to go down, the system will automatically flip to the police department so that we have sort of mirroring services in the township. But also, they've taken a look at all the lines and just a better way to do it. So the good news is it's actually going to be a reduced cost of roughly about $350 per month in doing that, and that does include the installation of the new equipment. But I do need the board's authorization. This would be a 5-year term. So need the board's authorization to enter into that agreement and, of course, make that contingent on final review by legal counsel and myself, as I just recently got this.
So moved.
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just by way of discussion items, there's just a couple of, we'll probably schedule this either for the work session or more likely our February meeting. We are in the final stages of reviewing 3 updates to our policy, our personnel policy manual. 2 of them are just updates and including some additional information. And then one of them is a new article dealing with medical marijuana. But I should have all of those ready for board action, like I said, possibly at the work session, but more likely in February. So we'll come back and take action of those in a little bit. By way of personnel update, did accept resignations in the fire department from Chris Thomas, who's a part-time paramedic firefighter. His effective date was November 23rd. Brian Jones, also resignation, part-time EMT firefighter, effective date of January the 3rd. We have hired 4 new employees. Ian Grubb is a part-time paramedic firefighter, effective date of December 21st. Hunter Morgan, same part-time EMT firefighter, effective date December 21st. Andrew Theakin, part-time EMT firefighter, effective date also the 21st, and Nora Walton is a part-time EMT firefighter. Her date of hire was December the 16th, 2016. We talked obviously earlier about the resignation of Dave Schaefer as our DART commander, but with Dave's resignation, we have promoted Nick Peterson. Nick will go from sergeant to lieutenant, and he will also assume the DART commander's position vacated by Lieutenant Schaefer, so congratulations to Nick. And other than asking Kim to bring us up to date on community events and programs, that's all I have. So Kim?
Thank you. Our first event for the new year is January the 27th. We're bringing Playhouse in the Park in for a kids' pajama party. They are doing the performance of Around the World in 80 Days. On February 1st, the Finneytown Business Network, Sharonville Chamber of Commerce, Mount Healthy Business Association, and Wyoming Business Association are hosting a speed networking event back at the Grove Hall. On February the 18th is our Daddy-Daughter Dance. February the 23rd, the Fire Department is hosting a weather spotter class. And on February the 25th, we'll have our first dinner theater, and it's a family dinner theater. It's called Zaniac. Just a note that all of the new 2017 community activity guidebooks will be out in the mail by January the 20th, and all Springfield Township residents will receive that.
Great.
Thank you, Kim. We have 4 resolutions before the board tonight. The first resolution, resolution number 7-2017, declaring nuisances pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 505.87 at various listed properties within Springfield Township, and authorizing statutory actions necessary to abate the nuisances. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Ms. McFarland?
Aye.
Mr. Honalaw?
Aye.
Mr. Bernie?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
The second resolution, number 8-2017, declaring motor vehicles located on public or private property in Springfield Township, Hamilton County, Ohio, to be junk motor vehicles pursuant to Revised Code 505.173, and ordering the removal of such vehicles pursuant to Resolution Number 80-2012 and Revised Code 505.871. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Ms. McFarland?
Aye.
Mr. Honlaw?
Aye.
Mr. Bernie?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Next resolution, number 9-2017, authorizing the trade-in of unneeded, obsolete, or unfit for use motor vehicles, road machinery, equipment, or tools in the service department. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Ms. McFarland?
Aye.
Mr. Honlaw?
Aye.
Mr. Bernie?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
And the fourth resolution is number 10-2017, authorizing the trade-in of unneeded, obsolete, or unfit for use motor vehicles, road machinery, equipment, or tools in the service department. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Ms. McFarland?
Aye.
Mr. Honlaw?
Aye.
Mr. Bernie?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Okay, those are all our resolutions. Is there any old business before the board tonight?
I have one. I attended the Hamilton County Commissioners organizational meeting this week, and it was a very interesting meeting. Not only did they elect their officers like, every organization does, when they have their organizational meetings, the new chairperson is Todd Fortune, and the vice chairperson is Denise Treehouse. But they talked about items that they're planning to put forth and actions to continue to improve the growth of Hamilton County and working much more with the municipalities and townships in the county versus so much working with the city, which I thought was very interesting. So some of the things they focused on at the meeting was clean up MSD, and they have different objectives as to what they're going to do to make that happen. And that, from my perspective, everybody stood up and clapped their hands because, that's been a real problem for us here in the county for quite a while. Then they're going to develop a shared services committee by and within the county and all of the political jurisdictions. And they're going to be asking for representation from each one of those jurisdictions to be on that shared services committee. And then looking at, the other highlight was looking at economic development and job creation initiatives to help grow Hamilton County. And then also focusing on community or county public health initiatives. So the big thing also was they want to look at how they can improve transportation in 2017 in relationship to regional transportation planning, the Brent Spence Bridge, here we go again, we're going to talk about that again, Western Hills Viaduct, Eastern Quarter, and revisitation of some other transportation improvements. So it was a really good meeting, and I like the fact that there seems to be an outward movement to engage more with the county, which was, I remember Mr. Dowland, he was really big at doing that when he was a county commissioner. So it's kind of like going into that direction that he had set some years ago. So they plan to schedule a town hall meeting, and they're going to give us some dates when they'd like to schedule one here in our township back at the Grove. So I don't know if that's going to be the first, middle, or the last one, but at least I know that's part of their plans as well. So it was a good meeting, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Gwen. Is there any new business before the board?
The only thing I'd say under new business is I will be representing the Hamilton County Township Association and Springfield Township next week at the Hamilton County Land Bank board meeting. I know this year that there's and Gwen, this kind of dovetails into what you're saying, a lot of the land bank activities have all centered around the city of Cincinnati with a lot of the blighted property they have, but there's an added impetus this year on trying to find ways that the land bank can be more useful to the other jurisdictions, including the townships in Hamilton County. So we're going to be working with that program this coming year to see if there's ways that they can help us more with some of our needs.
Great.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, is there anyone in the audience tonight that would like to address the board? If so, I would ask you please to come forward to the podium over here and state your name and address for the record. Nobody wants to speak tonight, okay? Is there any other business before the board tonight?
I have none.
I have none.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees.
So moved.
Seconded.
Okay,
We're going to go
Meeting's
Rena,
adjourned.
Joe.
yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.